Hello everybody, and welcome again to Sunset's Weekly Roundup. I'm Lee. I'm flanked on my side by Rini this time. And this time I swear we'll actually have audio from everybody else who's participating. So, this week we're going to be talking about what we've accomplished as we've been doing, what we accomplished the week before, what we're working on in the week in advance, and what we're hoping to get done, any reasonable goals that we think we'll be able to manage. And then we have a little bit at the end where we talk about the more grand scheme of things. So, without any further ado, last week was eventful if you are in the know, but unfortunately, the lot of things that we were working on are not very front-facing things. Specifically, I'm talking about the new stage, as we've called it, the Neon Horizon stage. It is, to those, again, not privy, it's a new stage that is optional. You can either have it concealed as it is and used as a second location to gather. You can also remove the wall in between the main bar of Sunset and the new stage and create a massive elongated area at your discretion. Or the third option that Rini's given some hints to in chat now this week is that we're also hoping to have a warp tech. So management of each bar will be able to choose what zones they want their sunset experience to be, and where the start point is, if you will. So if somebody wants to do rooftop only, they can do that with this new warp tech. Essentially, somebody would go through, they would go down to security as they've done, as they approach the front doors. Instead of it being the opening to the Sunset Bar as you know it, it would instead be either a render camera, a render material showcasing like the other side, the output location, or simply double doors that you can interact with, and it would drop you where you want to go. There are 5 locations that we're going to be opening up with this teleport tech, and I'll save that for in a bit, but essentially the new stage, the third configuration that we're hoping to have for it, is to use one of these teleport tech locations. The week went well. Dev time was spent well. We have a very clean and very close to release candidate stage now. As time goes on, it will become more feature rich, more usable for a variety of different events, different groups, different outings. We're hoping to entice all the different crowds of performances. So not just limited to singing or song writing, instrument playing, comedy, but also the dance communities. Be it freestyle dancing. I've seen people do break dancing. That's crazy in VR, but you know, the tech gets better every day, and people get more and more able to do these kinds of things. And then, of course, the hot button thing, of course, would be exotic dancing, pole dancing, more adult-centric things. These are things that are staples in other worlds that, in the right crowds, can certainly be a taboo, so we're hoping to make sure that the deployment of these systems requires vetting, essentially. And there will be a variety of ways of doing that. In the interim, however, the stage is basically ready and usable. It can be utilized by your singer, your instrument player, your comedy professional, or any of the general entertainment that people have been bringing out as you know, as we've gotten from then to now, essentially. We will have more available in the future, and we want to engage with different crowds. There are still plans for things like trivia and other sort of table games that can be played out there, for example. More to come as time goes on. So that now leads into this week. What we're hoping to have done for this week, we're hoping to get that new teleport tech ready, because we do have a lot of people who are engaging with the rooftop bar, and we know that there's going to be those that are going to want to engage with the new Neon Horizon stage. Everywhere that there's going to be a bar in Sunset, there is going to be one of these warp locations. And we have discerned 5 locations that we're going to put different bars. If at your discretion you wanted every single bar to be open, it's possible. You could do it. You would need a lot of staff, and areas would be stretched very thin. It's not a recommendation to do it, but if somebody wanted to, they could. The 5 bar locations are, of course, the original bar itself. We will call this one the Sunset Bar, because that's what it is. There's the new rooftop bar, which is already in full swing, and certainly a welcome addition, especially to those who are looking for a change in environment. There's going to be the U-Bar, as we've titled it. It is a U-shaped, think of a like half of a horse track shape of a bar. Kind of one of those double-sided, hole-in-the-wall style bars, but doesn't have to be a hole in the wall. In this case, this is going to be a bar separating the Neon Horizon stage from the Sundown Lounge, the club area. Users that are running instances will be allowed to cut off half of the bar so that you only have the relevant half if you're doing club-centric or stage-centric events. You can have both open as well if you so desire. Even more interestingly, it adds to the labyrinthine design of Sunset, so if you feel like having people navigate through corridors, this is another way to sort of funnel people through a long track, if that's something somebody wanted to have done. There are certainly reasons for that. If you wanted to move people further back and back and back, depending on the importance of what's going on, I could see relevance for this kind of thing. The 4th bar location is going to be the private room hallway. The cat and dog rooms, we made them as a meme to fill space. They are going away, but only temporarily. We have plans for them in the future. In their space, a new bar will be arriving in the private room hallway, designed to service the private rooms for those who are running more interesting events that use the back rooms. This is probably the biggest olive branch I can give. I don't know what they're doing with the private rooms. It is not my business. However, if they want a small bar back there that is more intimate, more sultry, if you will, that is also able to service the different private rooms, should people be having private conversations or private get-togethers while still trying to enjoy their bar environment, we would like to help cater to that, provided everybody is still having a fun, good, and responsible time. And then, of course, the 5th bar...
A fun TOS abiding amount of fun.
Yes, do not make us send in Tupper. Tupper will come. I will do it. I will summon John VRChat, and they will remove everybody and take away your Xbox privileges. The 5th bar is going to be that wonderfully box room that is still able to connect to the Neon Horizon stage that really hasn't shown any progress since we added it months ago. It has been an excellent connector route. However, its true purpose has been lost to time. It was originally going to be a... I don't want to use the phrase love letter, I use that one too much, but it was essentially a gift. A very heavily gift-wrapped gift to Enterverse TV and the person I was working with at that time, Sullivan H. Specifically for the Golden Grain and for broadcasting on Enterverse TV. Unfortunately, as we've gone into the future, Enterverse TV has gone dark. Those plans have unfortunately fallen through. I no longer have any contact out there, so I've simply moved on I wish them well if they are still trying to continue their endeavors, but the respect I had for the organization does not exist anymore, unfortunately. I was going to create a theater, and I still intend to do just that. It was designed for the purpose of watch parties using the Twitch streaming and other funsies, YouTube watch together parties, music listening, any sort of things that you would do where you would have a bunch of people sitting in a auditorium, like movie theater setup, but also with a bar. So we want to encourage that as the 5th location in the future. And all of these locations are going to be finished before we decide to tackle new endeavors. They will be coming out piece by piece as we continue to invest in the drink system itself. We want to incorporate layered drinks and drink garnishes, and this will make the drink system as complete as it can be. To that end, I've sort of gone into the future talk segment a little bit more. Before we talked about the week in advance now. So let me go ahead and dial it in. For this week now, our goals are pretty simple. We're going to be investigating and adding the location for 2 of these teleport tech locations. One of them is going to be mostly for pre-planning, as it's going to connect to the U-Bar and the Neon Horizon stage. This area will not be open immediately. There was some concern with the release of the rooftop, and we respect that. The area does not have the full breadth of security nor the full breadth of features that Sunset provides, and when people get up there and do not contribute to the health of the instance, we can understand the frustrations. Hence, we haven't really announced the existence of the rooftop to try to slow the rate of people going up there, but at the same time, we did not want to disable the feature either. This week, we will be adding the ability to lock and unlock that rooftop area. We will also be adding the standard slew of Sunset tech, including scrolling banners and selfie banners, as well as the options panel snap points. We're going to be improving the appearance of the bar. I know that there is currently 2 bugs related to the current bars. The downstairs Sunset bar has a tiling issue with the round logo slots, and appears quite nasty on the stools. And the upstairs has a collision issue, where it can prevent drinks from being picked up unless you either navigate your hand directly to it or are on PC and have a clear line of sight. There is a collision issue that I'll need to correct, and I'm fully aware of it at this point. While we work on these things, I'll be improving the rooftop itself, preparing it for more features and utilization. We intend to make the rooftop full service as if it was the Sunset Bar as you know it downstairs. We want a full experience where you have the bar, the stage, and some sort of entertainment in between. There is currently the trampoline system, which a lot of people have taken to quite rapidly. And as an adult, I intend to make the rooftop my personal bouncy castle, because I'm an adult, and I can make adult decisions. I swear. In a nutshell, just to go back, our goals this week again. We're always invested in bug fixes and any sort of security fixes we can get out. We will report bug fixes as they are performed. We are aiming to add the ability to teleport, and specifically the first destination will be straight to the rooftop, where instead of having to go back to the elevator, you'll have the ability to funnel people straight into the front door, where they are then taken immediately to the roof to enjoy a rooftop experience, if that is what your bar is intending to do. We're going to be adding a video player up there, so that there is a good watching spot. We're going to be projecting it onto a nearby building that I'll be adding. As well, we intend to improve the particle effects in the area. The rain is kind of jarring where it currently is. We will be adding the logos and the selfie banners, the option snap points, and making sure that that top bar is full service, as is the bottom bar. We will be adding the furniture colliders and the chairs. It was my intention to get them out with the Thursday patch, but I did not make the cut, and the event that was planned was requiring my immediate assistance. To that end, that stage did not make it that night. Unfortunately, there is an issue that I'll be correcting soon as well, that this goes a little bit more into the future planning again. We intend to make the furniture, we're going to be taking away any emissive properties, or at least if they have emissive properties, they will be turned off during light bakes. The importance of this, there is a significant importance to this. If you are going to enable, or rather disable, the connector wall in between the Neon Horizon stage and the Sunset Bar, there is a lot of lighting artifacts that are left behind by the objects that we disable. This needs to be corrected before this is actually, that passage is actually usable, and we intend to make that, that change this week for hopefully a release on Thursday at the Savvy Bar, where hopefully I can show everybody what we've been working on and properly give everybody the tour, and then see it in its full glory used by our wonderful performance staff at Duskview. There is one other topic, and this is the addition of the vending machines. The vending machines themselves will not be ready this week, however, we will be pre-placing them. And the vending machines will be serving numerous goals, including spawning items that will improve your sunset experience. First and foremost, the most, probably the most desired object is going to be the drink coaster. We've thought of quite a few different ways as to how to spawn one of these and how to get them. Originally, one of the ideas was to have the bartender spawn them for users, which might still be an option in the future. However, the vending machines seem like a very logical start point for this, where a user, if they are choosing to drink and want to protect their drinks, they are able to spawn a drink coaster to protect their drinks. If a drink is set on a drink coaster, it cannot be interacted with by anybody except for the owner of the coaster, as well as the staff of that instance. One of the other exciting additions, for those who are looking for more fidgets, different smokable objects, ashtrays, vape pens, cigars, cigarettes, etc. These will be other additions. And then for those who would rather not use their earmuffs or have them specifically tweaked for other such things, we intend to add sound barriers that you'll be able to spawn and use to protect your areas. So if an instance gets too noisy, you'll be able to spawn one of these barriers that can be configured in a spherical or a rectangular configuration. You'll then be able to choose the size of it. So for the spherical, it would be the width around. For the rectangular ones, it would be length and width. You'll be able to show the barrier and its intended sound dampening range, and it will use the same sound dampening tech as if you're being obstructed by a physical wall in the instance. We may investigate as well a full mute mode to completely turn off voices, but for the time being, using our existing sound tech is going to be extremely easy and a very lightweight solution using the tech that's already available in the world. These will probably have a nice appearance and sort of mesh to the tables, or if Rini's willing to go into it, literally have snap points where they're designed to connect to a table and understand where its designated zone is supposed to reach.
in all honesty, that's probably easier to do in some circumstances. You activate the item, it checks to see if there's a nearby snap point, and the closest one ends up being the one that you end up using, and from there, boom.
And there you have it. So, well, this week and next week are going to be eventful. Users should expect to see additions to the rooftop, the eventual release of the Neon Horizon stage, as well as polish to these areas. And I imagine a player and user experience update, especially to those that are willing and wanting to use the rooftop, for example. Now that is all from me. Rini, is there anything else you'd like to add?
I do believe we covered it all. Basically, the features that Lingy described, I have to program them. That's really about it.
We've got quite the checklist for Rini this week. So, but these things are not we don't exactly have deadlines right now. So as features come out, they become ready and available. So we're hoping to at least several of these things definitely by the end of the month. The pictures around the new stage will be designed to be customizable. Our goal is, especially for those that are building up their own performance networks, we don't want to force DCN iconography on anybody, but rather we want to make sure that everybody has their chance to explore and enjoy their instance their way. There will be a proper repository for DCN performance staff. I intend to use the upper hallway for that, where that will be a permanent fixture where we are actually honoring all of those that are in the Dusky City Knights performance network, as well as spotlighting info blips about them, where they might perform, anything that they're willing and wanting to share. The art team. So this is fun. I would love to commission the stage curtains for both stages, but specifically I want to focus on the Neon Horizon stage at this point. I would love to see a logo for the Neon Horizon stage. It basically needs to be square. So a 2K image, and that would be incredible. This will give us a lot of oomph to the Neon Horizon area, and I've continued working with like curtains and things in the area. I have some more design ideas of what I'm going to be using in the area, but of course, yes, I will get you those. All right. Do I have any other questions this week? I know we got a smaller group than usual, but it's also a smaller discussion this week. Fantastic. All right. I guess I'm going to round it off there. Nice little 25-minuter. To everybody who has been keeping up with our weekly roundups, we thank you for paying attention to what we have to say. I am eternally grateful for you coming out to Sunset and enjoying everything that this community has to offer. Until next week, or if you see me in VR or on Discord or any of our wonderful staff, on behalf of Rini, this is Lee. Thank you for watching.